Hello, and welcome back to the Determined Student channel. This is something that I always found really close to heart and dear to me is understanding the concept of curiosity. There's a quote from Einstein that I read when I was much, much younger. Now, granted, in this day and age, we hear a lot of quotes from Einstein, and a lot of them tend to be not from him. They're always misattributed to him for some reason. So I'm not too sure if this is one of those, but I kind of feel like it could be from him. Anyway, I'm going to mention it from what I found recently and what I remembered is what he stated was, I have no special talents. I'm only passionately curious. He he attributed to curiosity being the reason why he was able to do what he did, and why he understood things was because he was curious. And him being a special case was that not only was he curious, but he actually followed through with trying to learn what we commonly understood and the questions that were still not answered. He actually persisted and was determined enough to actually get that answer. That's what made him stand out from a lot of others, from the average person, was because not only was he curious, but he actually followed through and executed by finding those answers, or finding theories for some of those answers, and then finding the answers for some of the other things that we now know. And that's something that I really want to emphasize in everyone's minds is when you ask somebody what's intelligence, I honestly, at least asking me, I would say intelligence is an individual who is curious. And when I mean individual, I don't just mean people. If you look out there, there are so many animals out there that are also curious. We usually play down on animals thinking that we're smarter than them or that we know more than them. I will say that there's certain things that we probably understand more than animals, but I also have some sort of, I don't know, call it intuition, but there's something that it tells me that they may know a lot of things that we don't know. And we can't know what they know because we can't communicate with them right now. Maybe sometime in the future there'll be some sort of tech or someone out there, maybe one of you will find a way or method to communicate to animals. And I wouldn't be surprised if they can teach us a lot of things that we are unable to know. Modern science already has proven that many animals have already or there's already many animals out there that have more senses and have more ways of picking up things. There's some animals that can see better than us, others that can hear better than us, others that can smell better than us. So the senses we have are pretty good, but their senses specialize in different areas, and I think because of that they get different perspectives and different experiences and understand certain things differently. So I would argue that honestly, in many ways, animals are very similar to us, or not similar, but they are not dumb. I think they're just as intelligent as we are. We just experience the world in a particular way; they experience it in a different way. We know a lot that they don't know, and they probably know a lot that we don't know, and we're learning new things from them all the time. But that was going a little bit off topic, but I digress. Anyway, animals are known for being curious. They always show whenever they, from the moment that they're born up until the end of their life, is animals are always curious, especially with our pets. If you look at a cat or a dog, most people would probably say, well, I'm smarter than that dog or I'm smarter than that cat. And again, in some ways we are, but there's also in other ways, again, just because we can't communicate with them, that doesn't mean that they're smarter than us or not. But again, I'm going back on the same tangent. Anyway, point being is animals are curious. And that curiosity, in my opinion, is intelligence. Any animal or any entity with a conscience, plants, animals, anything that's capable of thought and reasoning or experience and follows through curiosity is by definition, at least in my definition, intelligence. People would argue that intelligence means is knowing things. And sure, that plays a part in it. especially way back in the day, like before modern technology, the only thing that we had as a reference were books. We couldn't carry those books with us wherever we went. So the best thing was is to read that book, memorize it, and then through that we retained it in our head, and then therefore be able to execute what we knew, and people would consider that intelligence. I would phrase it more as knowledgeable. A person can know a lot and have a lot in their mind, but if they don't continue to exercise more than what they know, it's just having a closed minded. It's just being closed minded because you just are already established from what you read, but you don't want to continue to follow through and learn. Therefore, if there's no curiosity, there's not going to be new things are not going to be found. New discoveries won't be made. A person can be knowledgeable, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're intelligent. It just simply means that they know a lot. They can pull something out of their head, they can execute it, and they can follow through with what they learned. And if they do it well, then they fulfill their role in whatever it is. And again, that just because you're knowledgeable doesn't necessarily mean you're intelligent. You can be knowledgeable and intelligent. Now that's going a step further. And going a step further from that, going for like after intelligence and knowledgeable and just downright being smart, is a person who is not only curious. So not only are they intelligent through curiosity, but they follow through and try to find the answer for whatever they don't currently know. I think that's what truly a smart person is. That's the way when people use the word or phrase smart. It's just someone who is knowledgeable and can execute something really well and is good at it. And it has its own merit. I'm not saying that that's not a bad thing. It's necessary and it's needed. There's so many specialists out there. We need knowledgeable people. Without them, we wouldn't function as a society. I just wouldn't say that they're smart or that they're intelligent if all they do is just execute what they know and they don't follow through and continue to learn. The true intelligence, in my opinion, is just curiosity. Again, just following the quote with what Einstein stated. That's what I learned when I was a lot younger, is that he contributed the two main things. He contributed that curiosity was very important, and also imagination was another aspect. And when you combine the two, that's what makes you really brilliant, is embracing both of that. Yeah, and that's what I would mention, or that's what I would think is attributed towards intelligence, is through curiosity. I think curiosity is the cornerstone of finding success in this world and finding success in your own life. It's just being curious about the things that you're into. Whatever your interest may be, learn more about it. Stay curious. Learn, understand it, ask yourself, well, how does this work? Why does this work? Why is it like this? What made it this way? How did it become like this? When was this established? Asking the 5 questions: who, what, when, where, and why. I think if you continue to ask questions and stay curious, it's going to lead you towards a much, much brighter future, and it's going to make you a more well-rounded, more open-minded, and more intelligent, and even smart person if you follow through and execute it. But yeah, that's essentially what I wanted to talk about, is that I really think we should all embrace curiosity and not just stay stagnant of what we know and not pursue further insight, further knowledge through that curiosity. Let's all try to work together to stay curious. I think it's going to be a very, very, very vital thing for our overall well-being, happiness, and for being the true version of ourselves. That's what I would mention. So whatever your interests are, whatever you would like to learn about, or even if you have learned what you needed to learn, I would take it a step further of stepping out of your comfort zone. Why not try something different? Why not learn something you normally wouldn't learn? If you like to read up about psychology all the time, but then this time you want to learn about cooking, why not? Why not learn new things? Humans are much more capable than what we specialize. What is important to specialize in something, again, as mentioned before, because that helps contribute to a well-rounded society, because we all need each other. Just because one person is good at doing things on with computers doesn't necessarily mean that they're great at being a mechanic or a doctor or a teacher or a plumber. We all need each other. We all specialize in different things, and this is how we build a society. Is through one specializing in one thing and then having someone else to help, and we help each other, and that's how we grow collectively. Is through society. So specializing is not a bad thing, but what I'm saying is that we're much more than that. We can be much more than what we specialize. We can learn other things and do other things and try out new experiences. Just get out of your comfort zone. If you've never taken a dance class before, try it. If it piqued some degree of interest and you wanted to do it, but you were too afraid to try it, just try it. You'll be surprised of the people that you'll meet and the friends that you'll make along the way, and you'll feel a more accomplished and well-rounded individual, and you'll feel more satisfied with yourself because you tried something new and because you gained a new skill. I would just mention in closing that curiosity is a very, very fundamental thing that we should all try to aspire to implement in our day-to-day lives. Let's just stay curious. Curiosity is going to help us, help the world, help each other, help animals, help us grow and help us learn. And through education, I feel like it's going to make the world a much better place. If we can instill curiosity in everybody, let's try to do that. That's what I want to do. I want to instill curiosity in everyone. I think it's going to help us exponentially. Yeah, stay curious out there. Ask questions. And the last thing I want to mention is, I think it might be too short to make in its own video, but I'll just mention it here, is whenever you're taught something, be it from your parents, your teachers, people you look up to, people you respect, political figures, religious figures, religion, politics, money, education, whatever it is, don't accept it as face value. Follow through with it. Find the source material. If somebody is quoting something from a religious text, don't just trust that individual. Find the source material. Read it. Understand it. Same goes with teachers. If the teacher tries to teach you something, don't just accept it as face value. Find the source material. Find the textbook that will prove that what they're saying is actually factual. Just because they're an authoritative figure doesn't mean that you should just outright embrace it and not question it. Question everything. Question everyone. Question me even. Especially me, because I'm just a person who is just learning as I go, and I just want to share what I'm learning with everyone out there, with all of you. So question me too. I'm gonna probably say something that it's probably not right. I'm more than likely gonna say something that might be factually incorrect. And that's okay. I'm willing to embrace those mistakes, and I'll be more than willing to own up to it. It's important just to go out there and express yourselves and do your best and play your part and try to help yourself and others. And if you make mistakes along the way, that's okay. Learn from it and you'll grow. And I'll grow as well. Just let me know. I'm doing this day by day too. I'm making mistakes right now making this video, in the sense that maybe I can try more editing tricks, or maybe I can try to be more expressive. Maybe I need to narrow down the video to reach out to more people. I'm not sure, but if I ask for help and ask for feedback from people who have succeeded, I'll know. And if I get constructive feedback here in the comments, then I'll know as well. Yeah, question everyone. Question me, question your parents, question everybody. Don't just accept anything at face value. And after you question it, stay curious. Follow through with it. Once you got your answer, then ask. There's always going to be another question after you got your answer. Not going to be you get the answer and that's it. There's always going to be a follow-up question. Well, okay, then how does that work? How do you do this? How do you do that? How did this person get from rags to riches? How did they do it? What did they do? What was their mindset? When did they start? Why? What pushed them to do it? Why are they where they are today? Just ask and stay curious. That curiosity is going to fill a part of your mind and a part of your heart to make you feel more at ease with the world and more satisfied with it once you find that answer. It's like a game. I treat it like a game. When I learn something new, it's like I get rewarded for it. It's like, oh, cool, I learned something new. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being weird. Maybe not everyone has that same drive that I do about being curious, but I honestly think we all do. I'm like to believe that I'm a firm optimist that we were all curious. Why? I have a good reason why. It's because all of us, when we were younger, when we were 4, 5, 6, even 11, 12, 13 years old, we all questioned things. We all asked our parents, our guardians, our loved ones, teachers, how does this work? Why is this like this? And we were infatuated like sponges in learning. We would like learn how to speak, learn how to write, learn how to read, learn how to express ourselves, learn how to be social with others, embracing creativity, learning, embracing other things, and growing and learning. We were all curious when we were much, much younger. If we just embrace our inner selves, I think we will all get back to being in that sense and state of curiosity. I think we can bring that back. If you're already curious out there, then that's great. Don't give up. Don't let other people discourage you from not being curious. If friends or family tell you not to be curious, then don't listen to them. Keep asking, keep wondering, keep thinking. Because before you know it, those curiosities will blossom into such a great innovation that not only will you benefit financially, but others will benefit and I'll benefit from it. So if I can reach out and motivate and encourage someone out there to stay curious until they find an answer, then I can benefit from it when I'm much older. And I'll be all the more grateful because of what you have contributed to the world. So don't give up on that curiosity. I'm not going to give up on it, and neither should you. Let's all be curious and let's all learn to be the best version of ourselves. Let's all continue to grow and learn and build new habits and new routines and try to slowly but surely, through exponential growth, that we grow to become the best version of ourselves through curiosity. Yeah, that's what I essentially wanted to talk about. As always, if you like the video, please give it a like. It would help a lot. If there's anything you think I can improve on, you just leave some feedback in the comments section. I'll be sure to look into it. And yeah, just know that you're loved. Know that I love you, and I hope all of you have a wonderful day. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Until then, take care.